Okay, I have a topic.
Okay, go for it.
It's the idea about healing and this whole notion of healing and being healed as a very lonely process. Like the question is why healing makes you lonely. And does it make you lonely? And a lot of people feel like, oh, I want to become a positive person, and everything they realize in their life is not. Oh,
no, you see, there's a big misconception. This is a very good topic. Why healing makes you lonely? Actually, lonely simply means it's completely up to you, and we look at something that is completely up to us as something negative. Actually, when it's completely up to you, you are free. So there is an aversion to freedom. Follow this, huh? Healing is completely up to you. It's you to you for you. No one, somebody can support you, somebody can do therapy, somebody can give you medication, but you have to do the healing, right? And people reject that. Why do they reject? They want everything to be handheld, everyone to lie to them that they're not alone. But if you don't accept that aloneness, you are not free either. So we seem to have an aversion for freedom, right? Like you ask the question, why is healing so lonely? Why is that word lonely such a negative word? So healing is me exercising my freedom. You see, and let me just run on my commentary. That aloneness is an aversion to many people. People don't want you to be alone, which means people don't want you to be free. And people don't want you to be free because they want to enslave you. So the very idea that healing is a lonely journey, I'm going to use that word, lonely journey, alone. And why do we look at that aloneness negatively? Because we have been conditioned to reject it, because people don't want you to be free. If you watch, it's almost like from the time we came out of hunter-gatherer, they said it is the biggest mistake we ever did. I was watching a documentary, a lot of articles on it, that when we got out of being hunter-gatherer, we got into farming. They said it's the biggest mistake we did. Because for the first time, we needed to be kept. But let's not go into that. Let's go into this. You said, why is it aloneness is translated as loneliness? It's because we were trained to reject our freedom. By right, if healing is a alone journey, you are free. It's up to you and you alone. And we don't want that. Almost everyone we know wants to enslave us. It seems to be the mindset. We have a rejection of free person. We want everybody to be dependent. Dependency is exaggerated. There seemed to be a mindset when we became from hunter-gatherer to cultivators. We need to create people who are dependent on us to exploit. I feel like we went on a journey of condemning freedom, and the day we accepted freedom as something wrong, we started feeling lonely. We want to be taken care of. We want to be kept. By that, our sovereign power as a human being to live, to create, became unconscious. You get what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
Sorry, ma?
Our sovereign power to live and create.
You see, you and I, this is my statement, you and I, when we wake up to ourselves, we have an incredible ability to create reality, ma. We have an incredible ability to create wishes. We are wish makers. But right now, our wishing is nothing but the reminder of how paralyzed we are. There was a master by the name of Gurdjieff, it's one of my favorite. He said, I am, I can, and I wish. He said, that's what we must wake up to. I am, I can, and I wish. Right now, wishing is a paralyzed state, not a state that one can manifest. So I'm saying our capacity to live as creators, our capacity to give birth, our capacity to shape reality was taken away because the state of aloneness was condemned. You follow me?
And so you're saying that like when you are in the process of healing, whatever that may be, you kind of come back to that and people feel like it's bad because
Yeah.
of that reason.
Yep. I think we are looking at aloneness as abandonment, as unsupported. By that, aloneness means it's completely up to me. Do you know what is the realization when you realize it's completely up to me? You see, listen to this, Apshy, and it's so. I'm Appa teach you this today. If you learn how to look at aloneness rightly, it is sovereign. Aloneness doesn't mean I'm not with another. Aloneness means there are things only I can do. And that realization only I can do that is the most powerful state in the world because it only depends on me. I don't have to look at anyone else. Right, Ma? And only in that state, Ma, you can create the life you want to live out. Right now, what we have been conditioned as though without another we cannot survive. Almost everybody enslaves us. You have a friend, suddenly the friend is so powerful. As though without that person you cannot exist. So almost everything is in a way to enslave. If somebody loves me, don't they want the power as though if they don't love me, I'll die? So love is used as a way to enslave.
Why do people want that kind of power though? Because that's too much, right?
No, but it is there. Wait, I want you to recognize it is there. Do you have a friend? Don't answer this. Do you have a friend that will say, I'm your friend, but you're free? No, they want you to be dependent on that friendship. So there is a mind that is in the move to enslave everybody. And what is enslavement? I cannot exist without the other. Right? By that, it takes away my truth that in me, by me. In me, by me, I have this power. You shouldn't exaggerate the power. I have the power to wish the life, to create the life. Like sometime I have a student, she's doing a PhD, I'm playing a role with her, PhD, on art therapy. And as I'm studying with her, we are working on it. You know what art reminds you? You're the creator because you're on your own. You take the paint and you're participating in manifesting. They say the modern human is demarked. First time they saw the cave painting in somewhere France. They say, oh, that's the beginning. That means that me to me can take some pigment and make something. I think it is the recognition of the creator I am. But what the world does, it makes us dependent. You know what's a good government? A government that houses people that they can wake up to be free. You rarely find a government like that. They want to enslave, indoctrinate. Your freedom is on assault. And that is why they make aloneness feel painful. Do you see, Ma? Do you see, Ma?
Yeah.
By right, aloneness must be something you cherish. But you see, even to understand that concept of aloneness is so difficult. The way you see aloneness is there is nobody else. I'm helpless. The way you see aloneness is I'm separated. The way you see aloneness is abandonment and so on. But we don't know how to see aloneness as freedom, It's completely up to me, my God. When it's completely up to me, what will happen? Your power comes alive. Your freedom is attacked by making it alone, and then you become enslaved. You are free, darling. And in order to be free, I must look at the word aloneness rightly. Right? If somebody comes to help me or do something with me, you think they are holding my freedom or in the means of helping me, asking me to be dependent and enslave me? I don't know whether I'm asking the question rightly, Apshy. Maybe no, this is... Sorry, go ahead, Apshy.
No, I understand what you're saying. I like with the guys helping you, are they just making you dependent on them?
That's it. and by which making me feel my aloneness is wrong. And the moment I start seeing my aloneness is wrong, I give up my supremacy. In that, my capacity to create vanishes. So I'm asking, are we surrounded by people who are constantly want us to be enslaved? By that, take away our right to create. Is that why life is the way it is? If not, your life is your wish, darling. Let Appa initiate you. I spent so many years, Ma, your mother was there, sitting, attaining to that, until I could see my aloneness as the greatest bliss possible. And in my aloneness, for the first time, I can truly be with another. See? If not, the other is just my dependency. It's my slave owner. I either own a slave or I'm owned by a slave. Only when I'm alone, in my integrity, I can be with another who is supreme to themselves. Only in that there is meeting. So can I say this? Maybe I don't know whether this episode will come up. Isn't that what is going on? Almost everyone that you know, are they labeling the state of aloneness as something wrong, Apshy?
I mean, maybe. But I just feel like, how do you even get out of that? Like, I'm not talking about like an individual level. I'm talking about just like in a giant, big level. Like, how do you get out of that?
I'm not sure. I can tell you what I did. I didn't buy into the system. I relied on me. I kept waking up as a creator. I stayed away from people who want me to be enslaved. I stayed away from people who are trying to help me but actually want me to be helpless by it. People who love me, who want me to be dependent on that love. Right? So I kept paying attention. Is my freedom intact? Because the moment aloneness is seen wrongly, I'm going to reject it. Right, Apshy? Right?
No, but okay, I guess I also want to ask you another question, right? We're talking about aloneness and loneliness and all of that in a very positive way.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But I think there's a side to healing, right? Which I've noticed, which is like, oh, I'm alone. And I can't see you and I can't see anybody who's been there for me. I'm doing this. I'm alone. And I think that that's very negative.
Yep.
Because I think it dismisses, like, there are people who do genuinely help you, who do genuinely want to support you.
For
and then
you
in
to
that
be
process
supreme.
of healing, you dismiss them.
Yeah. And those are again people who subscribe to slavery. There's a statement Appa made, no? In togetherness, we find the strength to be alone. In togetherness, we find the strength to be alone. Right? We hold each other, so we come to our aloneness. That means we are together without taking away each other's supremacy. I love you not to make you dependent on my love. I love you so you can be free. You know you are loved. That you are intact. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The state of intactness is what is attacked. You are, when you come to your own, you are amazing. Just a thought, a wish. Do you know what as human being we have done? We take an idea, we made rockets and went to the moon. Do you know what capacity we have? And this is just the outward manipulation. There is an inward part to it, what we attract. But right now we can't even talk about it because the aloneness is one of the most negative words. Right? If you are made dependent and you are left alone, you die. So is that what we do? We go to somebody, we make them addicted to our support. And then when we leave them, they crumble. Right? Apshy, think about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the right is, when we are together, I find the strength to be alone. I find the strength of my supremacy. So I think healing is that modality, that I'm in tech, like Anba is in tech, he can wake up and bloom and live. You know what I mean? He's not dependent. He becomes a free human being. In the Hindu studies, they call it moksha. I'm liberated. I'm good. And one of the realization, Apsy, when you realize my thought, my intent, my feeling manifests itself as reality, and you are on your own in managing it, suddenly you're free, darling. There is no outward force that governs me. It is me. I add this. Is it almost everything that was done to us? Help? Care? Is it an intention to enslave me?
I don't know. I think the word intention here is like an important word to think about, because is it with intent?
No, they might not be consciously intending it. It's what they are exposed. It's what they know. If I love a woman, if I love your mother, I must make her dependent on me. If not, I don't feel secure. And I don't know what else to do. Everybody does that, so I do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. With your mother, what I did, half of my money is with her. From the very beginning, she's more free than me. You know why? I must know she wants to stay, not because she has to stay.
Yeah.
I think she's richer than me. I always say, if she wants to go, she can go. I have not entrapped her.
But people are they're just almost desperate to be loved, desperate for people to stay. That's why they do things that keep people.
No, agreed,
it's not right.
Agreed.
I'm not saying it's right.
Agreed. It is because of they agreed to enslavement. They agreed that enslavement is the way. You get what I'm saying, ma'am?
Yeah.
Now, today we asked the question, do you think enslavement is the way?
Me?
No.
Yeah.
Like I want to know that the person who loves me stays because they want to stay, not because they have to stay.
What's the point? If not, what's the point?
You're my daughter. If not, what's the point? But that's not what people do. In every way, they want to enslave you. And the way they enslave you is they make the word aloneness wrong. For the last 35, 40 years, every night, I sit 3 to 4 hours quietly by myself. Even your mother is not allowed. So go to bed. What is the 3 to 4 hours I'm sitting? Coming back to my aloneness, to me, to know it's up to me. Not in an egoistical way, My unfoldment, my attitude, my life depends on me. And one must live that supremacy. But that supremacy can only be lived if you look upon the word aloneness rightly. For now, the word aloneness translates as abandonment, as forsaken. And it becomes a negative connotation because they make you depend on them. And then if they abandon you, you die. So we need to purify this word aloneness now. I rather use the word supremacy.
That's not a synonym.
What is a synonym?
A word that means the same thing.
It means the same thing or does it mean the same thing?
It doesn't. I'm telling you, it's not a synonym.
Maybe it should be. Supremacy and aloneness must be one and the same. And it's almost an instinct, The moment it comes up, people want to interrupt it. So, people who have capacity to be alone, to lead, to create, will be attacked. Right?
Yeah.
Because a slave is very settling. A dependent person is very settling. Why drugs and addictive substance are such an enemy? It enslaves you. So maybe the subject you want to enter Maybe what the audience should explore is, do you believe there's a state within you when you wake up to? You command your life, not somebody else's life. You can live the life you choose, not live the life based on the permission of the other. Don't you think that is worth, and as a human species, we must support it?
But I think that like insecurity and vulnerability is why people don't support it.
Yeah. Because you know why? They've been enslaved, Ma. Almost everybody they went to enslaved them. So all they know, power is when I enslave somebody. If I'm your boss and your future depends on me, I have power over you. Then you will toe the line. But I want you to ask this question for yourself, Apshy. Is that something that you must wake up to live out? At whatever cost, I will wake up, I will live my supremacy. If not, I'm just dictated by everybody else. For that, every dependency you must become free of. You must be enough unto yourself. If not, it is a dependency relationship. You need a husband, somebody needs a wife, you need this. It's a dependency. It's not love. It's not togetherness.
Easier said than done.
No, that I agree. It's easier said than done. But shouldn't it be an ideal we strive towards?
Yeah.
Because without it, everything falls apart. I end up living a life that is not mine. Do you know the instinct, like if I'm making noise here a little bit, do you know the instinct of people to interrupt that? You think it didn't happen to you? And I think that has to change. We must be an advocate of each other's freedom. We must be a cheerleader. Whatever we offer another must promote their freedom, not create dependency. Because when there is dependency, there is no love. Between the drug pusher and the drug addict, there's no love. It's just dependency. So love is when there is freedom, isn't it? If ever somebody is interested in love, it has to be two people supreme meeting, isn't it?
Yeah.
If not, Apshy, we'll end up having a mind just to get by. How does an addict live? One fix to another fix, just get by, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that how the world is? We just want to get by. And maybe what I'm saying is that has to change.
Okay, go ahead.
Sorry, ma?
Now, honestly, for some people, like that's all they can.
You're a very kind person. I don't know whether I'm that kind. You're making...
I try.
No, you're making not excuses, you're giving rationale to how and why they are the way they are. I'm saying I agree with you.
Understand it, right?
No, I agree with you. But I think don't let that stop you.
Yeah.
I think that compassion shouldn't end there. Yes, I understand what you're going through, but come on. To me, I want love to live. Right? You guys were not raised dependent on your parent. You were raised quite independent. You are free, you have your own mind. And then I know you are you, I'm me. And then when you're with Appa, then I know you love Appa. If not, you are dependent. Your livelihood depends on me. I'm asking this question. Are you a friend to freedom? Or are you an enemy to it? Don't answer me. Are you? If you're not a friend to freedom, you're no friend of mine. Then in your life, you celebrate enslaving somebody. No friend of mine. And to me, not even freedom is the key, Apshy. Love is. Because love and freedom are two sides of the same coin. It cannot exist without another. Why women must be free? Where will I find love? You think those days women, when they were enslaved, they loved? How could they? How could a slave love? Maybe this is for you, Apshy. For you to re-look at the word aloneness rightly and heal it. And to look at it as freedom. But aloneness does not mean I will have to be alone to be alone. Aloneness is my state without being enslaved. Then I can be with another. Right, Apshy?
Yeah.
Why I'm passionate about this, I see this everywhere. A woman says she loves him. Next thing I see, she enslaves him. As though he cannot live without her. I'm like, what the hell? And they have power. And they want I agree, because they're insecure, they're scared. But that's crime. That's, yeah?
Doesn't matter why, almost, I guess.
Yeah.
Still do it.
That's why I go back to our culture in Apshy. We put our hands together like this when we meet somebody. You know why? In no way do I want to harm your freedom. I honor your freedom as how you honor mine, and we meet. That's beautiful, That's how the ideal of the world must be. I'm not saying the world is ideal, but at least we must move there. A leader comes and suddenly he wants to be the one. Without him, the humanity will die. Really? Really? Like, I am the Messiah. Goddamn politician. That's his ego trip. That's what he will do. Go study. So many politicians come and they think without them, nothing can move. It's an enslavement. Maybe the question today is, am I a friend to freedom? Wow. I'm also grumpy. Because it's a very important subject, Apshy. I didn't work.
People know what freedom is.
Do you know, I and your mother worked so hard, or whatever we did, to hold you all free. Whether you become successful, whatever, doesn't matter. That you are free. That you get to be you and live you. If we love you, isn't that what we will do for you? And we had to crawl out of enslavement. But my insight, freedom is that word aloneness accepted rightly. And in accepting the word aloneness rightly, I wake up to realize I am the creator of my reality. I am the person who unfolds. And that's what you need for you to live this life truthfully. If not, you are living based on condition. You understand, Ma? Then you can attract that reality you want. You can celebrate life. But remember, they will attack. They might want freedom, but they don't want anybody else to be free.
Yeah.
So my question is, are you a friend to freedom? Like, I want them to stop bombing children and killing children. What are you doing? Are we an advocate of freedom? Remember, many good people have died, defending our freedom. Whatever we live now, so many people fought. So we are not colonized. We are free. We have a capacity to self-determine our lives. My question is, how are we honoring it? It's like this, when somebody falls in love, what happens? The other feels like they have power over them, isn't it? If that is love, I don't want to love. That is enslavement. I think this is a very important subject, Apshy. And as your father, if there is anything I wish for you to wake up to this. In supreme, at whatever cost. You live you, be you, create the life you want. Because they have exaggerated enslavement. What happens if I meet a beautiful girl or a beautiful man? I'm going to enslave myself? Not at my age, but just insane. This is not about getting by, Apshy. This is about living.
Yeah.
And I want us to address it as seriously as it should be addressed. You must fight to keep your freedom intact. And the first step in keeping freedom intact is to understand aloneness is not a bad word. When it's up to me, I am free. Oh my God. If healing is a very lonely journey, you must celebrate it. That means healing is up to me. That means I'm free. I can do this. I don't need anything. I can participate in me healing. In the East, they call it moksha, liberation, or you are freed from enslavement. Maybe the question I want to put, I'm blabbering a bit, maybe the question I want to put, are you a friend to freedom? If you're not a friend to freedom, you're not a friend of mine. Isn't it, Apshy? That would be my wish for you and for my daughters and to all the kids that are like my children. And I'm sure a lot of fathers will agree with me and mothers.
I was just going to say, I just think that, to wrap it up, right? Because I think it's already been more than half an hour. It's stop looking at this idea of firstly, the idea of being lonely and alone is not a bad thing. Why does it feel I think just open these questions up to yourself, I suppose, about what is it about healing that's firstly making you want to push people out of your life? That's one. Secondly, if you're not doing that, if you then suddenly see that in this process of healing, whatever that means for you, how many people have kept you in a state that you need to heal from? What does that mean?
These are beautiful questions, You should list the questions down. I think healing is re-establishing your supremacy. Healing is coming out of all the dependency people have created. Healing is when you have been enslaved. Healing is when you come back and say, I am, I can, and I live a life of wishing. Wow. That's how Guruji would say it. Maybe the contemplation to the audience is this, Are you someone who is an advocate of freedom? Or are you someone who supports enslavement? And damn you if you support enslavement. No friend of mine.
Yeah, damn you if you support enslavement, man. What the hell? Why would you do that? I think we can end it there.
Yep. That's pretty good. And this is for you, my daughter. Live a life that is free. That is the wish.